As we have seen previously, an assumed name is a trade name under which a company does business and is different from its legal name. For example, ABC Inc. uses the assumed name GoGoPro. So we will say ABC Inc. doing business as GoGoPro or ABC Inc. DBA GoGoPro. In the United States, the assumed name is known in various ways: alias name, assumed name, business name, DBA name, fictitious name, or trade name. Here are some examples regarding the use of an assumed name. Example number 1. An individual wishes to carry on business under a name other than his or her own without having to create a separate legal entity, such as a corporation or an LLC. For example, Bob's Garage or Nancy's Restaurant. Example number 2. A company wants to operate a website under a name other than its own. For example, ABC Inc. operates a website under the name GoGoPro. Its online shop sells everyday consumer products. The consumers can place an order and pay with their credit card. On their monthly card statement, the consumers expect to see the name GoGoPro, since it is the name of the online store. If the consumers see ABC Inc. instead, they will not necessarily make the link between the company and the GoGoPro store. By attaching the GoGoPro alias to its own name, ABC Inc. may therefore see GoGoPro appear on its customers' card statements. Example number 3. A company wants to operate several websites, each with a different name. Example number 4. A company wants to operate several divisions without having to create a new legal entity for each of them. The process for obtaining an assumed name in the United States varies from state to state. For example, in the state of Delaware, the application for an assumed name is made at the county level. There are 3 counties in this state. In Florida, the application for an assumed name is made at the state level. The cost for obtaining an assumed name generally varies between $10 and $100. In some cases, a state or county may require you to publish a notice in newspapers to notify third parties of the existence of the assumed name. Then, you will have to file an affidavit with the state confirming the publication. The time required to register an assumed name varies from a few minutes to 30 days, depending on the state or county. The duration of registration of the assumed name also varies by state and county. In some cases, the assumed name remains in force as long as an application to cancel the registration is not filed. In other cases, the registration of an assumed name is valid for a specific period of time, for example, 5 years. A renewal application must be filed before the registration expires. Finally, here are 3 points you should remember. Point 1. American lawyers consider that the legal protection granted to an assumed name is particularly weak. They therefore suggest that this protection be increased by filing a trademark with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO. Point 2. An assumed name generally cannot contain the legal identifiers reserved for companies, for example, Inc., Ltd., LLC, etc. Point 3. Some U.S. banks do not want to associate more than one assumed name per bank account. In such a case, if your company wants to use several assumed names, you will probably need to open more than one bank account.